I'm going to talk about anchoring. It comes from neuro-linguistic programming. And anyone heard of anchoring? No? Okay, that's okay. Well, anchoring is basically a concept that NLP formalized, but the origins are from behavioral psychology. Yeah? And it actually came initially from a study by Ivan Pavlov. Okay, now he was basically a scientist, and he was doing some work with dogs. Okay, and something he discovered actually by accident is the idea of stimulus response. Yeah? Yep. Excellent, yeah, absolutely. Stimulus response. So I'll tell you what he did. Actually, I think I've got a picture of a dog. So basically, when he was feeding the dogs, he noticed they salivated. So just as you guys salivated, actually someone at the back salivated a lot, didn't you? Yeah. I could see the saliva. No, I'm joking. But yeah. So he noticed the dogs salivated when he gave them the food. He gave them food. But something interesting he did. He had a tuning fork or a bell, and what he did, he rang the bell just before he gave the food, and he noticed they salivated. But one thing he did, he removed the food. So all he did was he just rang the bell, and the dogs began to salivate. And this was the start of stimulus response from behavioral psychology. Yeah. So what it means is an external event can lead to a response. Yeah. So for the dogs, it was the sound of the bell that led to the response of salivating. In NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, what a guy called Robert Dilts actually initially found is that he found that we could create our own stimulus and create our own response. Yeah? And what happens with pornography, let me take this back to pornography, is that when someone's, say, watching pornography, they get anchored, yeah, to that image. Yeah? So as soon as they see whatever that image is, straight away they get that response, I have to look at it. Yeah? So it could be an image on the internet, it could be a video, and then straight away they go into the addiction cycle and they have to look at it. And the problem is when they go outside, so some people, what they do is they remove their computer, but then they go outside and they see something that is that stimulus, yeah, and it triggers them to go into that state to quickly look for pornography. Does that make sense? Yeah? So that, I think that's really, really important to understand. And what happens is a person's natural sex drive. Yeah? As men, we all have that. It's part of us to survive. We all have that sex drive. But it becomes anchored to internet pornography, to an image, and whenever you go outside or whatever it is, it suddenly triggers you. And then they think, oh my God, what's wrong with me? I'm trying to stop. But it's because they've got those triggers.